Hello and welcome to the Allotment Diaries podcast. My name is Shay and my co-host is Amy. Whether you're a veteran allotmenteer or someone who's just started, we believe this show appeals to everybody. Hello Amy, how are you doing?
I'm alright, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. What's been happening on your plot?
I have been moving things around on my plot this week.
Oh, interesting.
I have had I put my courgettes in the ground because they were in little pots, and I've also put all my tomatoes in the ground as well because they were all in little pots that are far too small.
Sorry, 1 second. In the ground as opposed to not in the polytunnel?
Not in the polytunnel, no.
Controversial.
No,
how come?
They're outside. I did tomatoes outside last year, but I did them in a pot.
Right.
And I did courgettes outside last time, as you know, because I was talking last week about my monster courgette. So I've gone with the same theme here. I thought I'm just going to put him straight into a bed and see what happens.
So, yeah, I mean, I have also put my tomato outside the polytunnel simply because the polytunnel inside the polytunnel gets far too hot and I can't be going up there 3 times a day to water it. Now, I'm scared of the dreaded B word, the blight. Is this something that I should be worried about, or do you think we're going to be all right?
I was all right last year. I didn't have any of it. So, you know.
That gives me hope.
Does it make a difference then if it's in a pot or if it's like straight in the ground, like, or is blight? Like, I'm not sure I understand exactly how it works.
Well, I think this is my my novice thinking, but I think that having it inside a polytunnel, it stops the blight going inside it. I don't know. I might just be making this completely up.
Does it just stop at the door then?
I think so. I don't think it can do the zipper. That's what I think.
Okay.
Or do you think I'm completely off?
I don't know. I don't know.
No.
I'm not sure. You did ask the question on the Instagram. What responses do you get to whether or not you're likely to get blight by putting them outside?
Well, it was quite vague. I did actually get some really good advice. People do grow tomatoes outside, hence the reason why you have grow bags where people grow tomatoes in the garden. And I think the advice is take the stems from the ground up, so don't have the lower branches, take it all off.
Right.
The second thing is make sure when you're watering, don't water the top of the plant and water right at the base, because a wet tomato plant increases the chance of getting blight. And I think the third one was there are tomatoes out there which are blight resistant. Get those ones, although I'm not entirely sure if they're completely blight resistant, but there are ones out there. I've got 4 and I cannot remember what the name is. I will put it up on the Instagram page.
Okay. So have you got tomatoes on your plant so far then? Have you got any?
I do. I have one tomato pop up in the blight resistant one, which has taken a funny shape to it. So what have you harvested from your plot?
I have harvested some potatoes and some radishes and some lettuce, which is the first time I've ever actually grown full proper lettuce that looks like lettuce before.
How do you grow your lettuce? Do you grow it outside?
Yeah.
And does it not get completely killed and eaten by the slugs?
It did last year, but this year I've just got a little net over it. It's absolutely fine. It hasn't been touched at all.
Really? Okay.
Nothing. Not even a little nibble.
Cool. And what do you do to prevent slugs? Other than
what do
netting?
I do? I actually don't do anything to I just accept that it's probably just going to get eaten quite a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I actually don't, literally, apart from a bit of netting, I don't bother. What about you?
Well, I tried the eggshell thing, but then I realized
I have tried that.
I realized you have to go through a lot of eggs to
cover
a whole plot.
Yeah.
I've tried the copper coil around plant pots. Hasn't really worked.
No.
But the most effective thing, and one thing that has really worked, is slug collars.
Slug collars? What's a slug collar?
It's a collar for slugs.
What, you put around the slug?
Well, no. Yeah, he's got a little Mr. T medallions.
Nice.
No, what you do is you put it this like plastic collar around a plant once you plant it, and then it prevents the slugs from climbing over it. It's designed in such a way that it stops the slugs able to climb around the slug collar.
Okay. Do they just slide back down then like a slope?
like a ski slope. I'm not too sure. There's a YouTube video of these slugs trying to climb over one, and they just, none of them could manage it. It's really effective. And I have got all my young seedlings that's out in the ground with slug collars, like, for example, cucumber and pumpkin, all the things that get eaten by slugs straight away. And it has worked a treat. Honestly, it's amazing.
Okay.
The only issue with them is that if you put the slug collars too close to each other, the slug somehow jumps on the other one, and then it climbs over it.
Okay.
I think that's it. Either way, or somehow they found another way of climbing over it. But yeah, slug collar is the way to go for me.
Okay. So, Jay, what have you been harvesting this week on your plot?
So this week, I have been harvesting some potatoes. I have been harvesting some peas, Swiss chard, and I really like Swiss chard, but my whole family hates it. They say that it tastes like soil, but I think I like that earthy taste. Okay. And I harvested a couple of my broad beans. The rest of my broad beans, unfortunately, has huge issues with black flies, which is a shame. However, I've got some really good news, is that I have some ladybird larvas just simply on top on my...
they eat it, don't they?
Yes. Did you know that you can actually buy the ladybird larvas from Amazon?
No.
Amazon Prime.
Is that what you did?
No. I was just one of those fortunate people who just happened to have ladybird larvas.
Nice.
They're really expensive if you buy it. I'm now thinking about just killing all my plants and just making a ladybird farm. Yeah, but apparently you can get it in a discount on a Black Friday sale.
Oh, boom.
Yeah. On that note, shall we continue?
We should.
Okay. So, today we've actually got a very special guest joining us in our shows. Her name is Sameena, and her Instagram handle is My Messy Plot. Are you ready, Amy, to have a chat with Sameena?
Right. I'm excited.
I know. So am I. Our first ever guest. I hope this goes well.
First ever guest. Yeah, I'm sure it will.
I really do. Okay, shall we go?
Yeah, go.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us, Sameena. How are you?
I am very well. Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Our very first guest.
Oh, that's really exciting, actually. I feel really honoured.
Yeah. One of the questions that we've got is obviously we want to know a little bit about your plot. And I guess the question is, tell us a little bit about your plot. Whereabouts is it? How big it is? And I guess how long have you had it?
So I'm really lucky. My plot is just, I come out of my block of flats, go down the road, walk for about 50 minutes, and there's my apartment site. Dog barking. So yeah, I'm really lucky that it's just a very short walk from my place, because I used to have an allotment. There was a drive away, and that could just be a bit of a trek, and it sort of stops you from going there as much as you'd like. So I live in Erith, which is sort of